Good morning, Artie Arlitz, and welcome to Rockin' Doc Radio. We got echo. It's the mountain echo. There we go. Got rid of it. Welcome back to Rockin' Doc Radio. This is your hippie chick. It is Tuesday morning. I know I'm on early, but you know what? I have got an interview to do with Walker's K, a couple of the members. I have got, let me turn my page over so I got the right names. I've got Gary LeBar. He is the great interviewer, and let me tell you, we've been talking already quite a bit. And Mike Swain, who's a tad quiet, but that's okay. We'll get him talking too. So guys, why don't y'all go ahead and say hello to Rockin' Doc Radio Land.
Hello everyone out there, and Hippie Chick, we want to thank you so much for letting us come on your show. It's amazing.
Oh sure. We're going to have a great time. We're going to hear music that y'all enjoy listening, and then we're going to hear the two songs that y'all have released, and I'm going to ask you about the 4 songs you don't have released. I've done some research on you.
All right.
So, all about Walker's K. First off, the title of the band is quite interesting, and I know where it came from, but how about explaining where the name Walker's K comes from?
Well, Walker's K is actually an out island in the Bahamas. It's the northernmost island of the whole chain. And myself, I'm a private pilot. Back in the late 90s, I got in my plane and took a couple of people with me, and we decided to go up to the Bahamas for a week. And I saw this beautiful island, and it stuck in my head that, wow, someday I'd like to play here, come back and visit. And I said, if I ever start a new band, that's going to be the name, Walker's K. And that's how that name came about.
It's a great name. I like that. A weird question. Did you have to look into copyrights or anything like that for it?
I did, basically. I think we did. We did a little bit of research, and we found the only other name of Walker's K anywhere in the world and online was the actual island, and that's .com. We are .ca, since we're based out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So we are Walker's K, and by the way, that K is spelled with a C, so it's walkersk.ca.
That's pretty cool. That was the first thing that went through my mind is I wonder if they had to copyright that. That's pretty neat. So, you said you're a private pilot and you fly. One of our DJs works on planes. I don't know if he actually flies, DJ Night Rider, and he enjoys doing that. He's just he is really into working on them. What kind of planes do you fly? Have you ever flown commercial planes also?
Well, I am a commercial pilot. That's a rating. I am certified for 14 different aircraft in the Piper line and the Cessna line. So a lot of different models, but 14 of them.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of them. We've got a listener that also flies, but he does the smaller planes like you do.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm worried about him. I don't know if he's tuned in. Let me see if Tim's listening. Yeah, he is. Tim, jump in and let us know what kind of planes you fly while we're chatting and chitting about that. Let's see. Let's try to get Mike to chat since he's not much of you're the technical wizard for the band. And with your 30 years as a licensed control technician at a nuclear plant, talk a little bit. I know it's kind of hard to get you to talk about anything, but one of the things I caught in your little bio is that you bake bread.
Yeah, that's
How
right.
did you get into baking bread?
Well, I think it all started when I used to buy it at the store. I never really liked the taste of it. It was not quite fresh enough for what I like. And I remember as a kid, my mom used to make fresh bread, and it was just amazing when it comes out of the oven. So I figured, get a good bread maker and make your own bread, and that's how it all started, eh? So
That's
what I do
cool.
is, sometimes I'll make a loaf for other people. I've given Gary lots of loaves, and he's loved the bread that I make.
Yes, getting me fatter by the hour.
What kind of breads do you make?
I used to make a standard white one. I've tried the sourdough, which is a lot of work. And right now, my main one I make is like a multi-grain bread. half white, half whole wheat, and then I add a cereal multigrain with it, and that turns out really nice. It's really
I like
tasty.
multigrains.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Oh, Tim jumped in and says he currently owns a Piper Archer.
I actually learned on an Archer, actually a Cherokee first, Tim. I learned on a Cherokee, but I upgraded to an Archer. That's one of the aircraft that I'm certified for.
Oh, cool. I have no clue what you're talking about, but that's cool. I know little planes are small, and I will never, ever get in one. I was on like a single propeller plane one time for a short hopper, and it was very windy. We got caught in a wind draft, and back then they were called stewardesses, but she fell in the aisle, and that was it for me. Never again. I said, nope, never again.
Yeah.
I like the big
Well,
planes.
it's when the weather's really bad and you have a lot of turbulence, it's not always pleasant, but actually smaller planes are much more safer than large commercial planes, because in a large plane, there's not a big, what we call a glide ratio in case you lose all the engines, if the engines quit or die, where a smaller plane actually virtually becomes a glider. And the problem is you have to find someplace to land, right? And if you don't, that's when you run into a problem, right? But usually, you can land in a field, you can land on a highway, there's all kinds of places you can land where you can't do that with an airliner.
Oh my gosh, you just changed my mind. Now
Absolutely.
I'm not so sure I'm ever going to get on a big one again.
Yeah. It's really weird. I'm sure all of us have had this experience, not about flying, but when you get in a car with somebody and you're not in control and they're driving, and a lot of times you'd say, oh, I wouldn't drive like that. Oh, I'm scared. You're going too fast. You're going too slow. This, and you don't feel like you're in control. I'm the same way when I get on a commercial flight as an airliner, on airlines, and I'm not the pilot behind that plane, and I kind of freak out a little bit, even though I'm a pilot with thousands of hours. It's like, I'm not in control of that. What happens if this guy doesn't do the right thing or this girl doesn't do the right thing? And I kind of think about that.
That's a good point. That's not something I really thought about. But you mentioned gliders. I knew someone who used to do gliding, and he talked about how quiet it was.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear nothing except the wind.
Have you ever glided?
I've never glided. However, I've seen quite a few videos, of course, online, and I've talked to glider pilots, and they say it's amazing. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, it's totally different from flying, from what I've understood. This is great having everybody listening. I'm interviewing Walker's K and two of the members, the great interviewer, and that would be Gary LeBar, and the quiet interviewer. He needs a new name.
Yeah.
Mike Swain. He is quiet, but he makes bread, so that gives him a little bit of an edge to everything. We're going to talk about one of their songs, and this one is called Why Oh Why. So, how about giving us a little bit of a clue as to the song? What's going on with the song?
Well, basically, the title says it all. We look at things in the world today, what's going on, and right up to this virus situation, you have to ask yourself, why oh why? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why are people doing this? Why are people not doing this? And so it kind of squishes it all together in a 5-minute song just about why oh why, and it questions everything.
Yeah, it does, and it brought up the thought of what's going on with this COVID. Why oh why? Is it real? Is it not? C-19 is what I'm calling it now, but I think it's a great tune. What were some of the questions in the song itself? Can you think of the song itself and some of the questions that came up in the song before we play it that might stick in your mind?
Sure. We look at a few things. Homelessness in there. We also look at wars. We look at possible nuclear war. We look at the virus. There is a cut in there of a beautiful young lady with a mask on. We look at people treating people terribly, teenagers and that. We also look at why are people into themselves, especially with social media. It's all about them. It's entitlement, right? And, what about other people? Oh, for sure, right? So there's a lot of questions in life in that song that we composed, and it's a quick shot of everything in 5 minutes.
I wonder if this self-isolation will change some of this selfishness, Y'all are still tuned in. Thank you to Rockin' Doc Radio and your hippie chick with Walker's K and two of the artists. Where are the other two, by the way? That would be Tim and Dave.
They're basically just what we call touring artists. They're musicians that help us out for live shows and some recording and stuff. But the actual band is just Mike and I, actually. So yeah, that's why they're not here.
Got it. And let's see. So, Gary, what particular instruments do you play as far as the band goes?
My main instrument is my voice. I am the lead vocalist, and I play rhythm guitar and keyboards.
Oh, okay. And Mike, what do you do?
Well, I play lead and rhythm guitar, and I also do all the production for the recordings. So that keeps me pretty busy too. So I'm anything technical. I'm kind of like the advisor for the band. They have a problem with their equipment. Usually I can help out and, troubleshoot and figure out what's going on.
I just caught your Eastern accent when you said out. You said out.
Yep, that's Canadian. Out and about and about.
Out and about. Yeah, exactly. I just caught that big time. So, okay, well that takes care of who plays what. Now, there are, just before we get to the next set of tunes, I want to ask about the 4 songs that y'all have that we don't have. And did I write them down? Did I write the names? You have 4 songs that we don't have. What's going on with those 4 songs that y'all won't give us?
Well, it's not that we won't give them to you. Those are songs that were written a while ago, by the band. And it was just, a different type of, it's the same genre, but a different type of feel for those bands. A couple of them are really serious, a couple of them are funny, tells a story. And we figured, the 2 songs that we have submitted, YOY and Tell Me, they're a bit of a more modern edge of what the band stands for right now. So that's the only reason why we don't promote those songs anymore, but we still love them and we would want people to listen to them.
Oh, okay. Because I was trying to figure out how to download them from the website, and I just couldn't get them downloaded. I didn't know how to do that. And I wondered about asking y'all for copies of them. The laugh out loud, the LOL sounded just cute as all get out. I enjoyed listening to them. See, it puts all of the point.
Well, we can afterwards, later on, we can have Mike take care of that and send them to you if you'd like. That's not an issue.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I'd love to have more music besides
for sure.
We're down to the last couple of minutes with the interview with Walker's K, the band, and the 2 artists are Gary LeBar and Mike Swain. Gary is the great interviewer, and Mike is the not so great interviewer, but he does make bread, so that makes up for it.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because actually, when Mike has something to say, he's a book, like at rehearsals and this and that. Oh yeah, he's very talkative and, when he has a point to make, but otherwise, he's more reserved, but he does talk.
Reserved, but he can be verbose when he needs to.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
Well, we're going to come to the end of the interview. Everybody's got things to do, but there is one more song in particular that you guys have written. Listen to me, you guys. I almost never say that. But that y'all have, it is being released on the MTS this spring. So actually, this hasn't even been released yet. Has it? Tell me.
It has been, I believe. I believe it has been, to be honest with you.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about this song.
Yeah.
You don't even know.
Well, Tell Me is actually a song about a gentleman and a lady that are in a relationship, and the lady actually wants to break up with the guy, and the guy doesn't realize why or if she's cheating on him. So she's telling him all these excuses why he's crazy. I still love you and this and that. What you're seeing is not true. But she's really trying to get out of the relationship, and he doesn't understand quite why she's doing this. And so she eventually, tells him all this stuff and then breaks up with him, and she slips away and she leaves the guy, and the guy's devastated. So that's basically it in a nutshell, like 99% of all the couples in the world.
Right, exactly. All right, Artie Arlett, so there you go. Tell me, now we know why. Oh, why?
Yeah.
Hey, those songs go together, right? Great.
You know what, Hippie, you just gave me an idea for a new song. I'm going to call it probably Tell Me Why, Oh Why.
That sounds great.
Wouldn't that be cool now? You just gave me a great idea.
There you go.
Yep.
And a mix of the two songs, you've got your answers.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, everybody's saying hello in the chat box, and hello everybody. It's Mike from Walker's. Oh, okay. Information and all of that. Kind of strange combination. What's the strange combination? From Angels. She's the cook of our, or the chef or whatever of our chat box. She cooks some apple cinnamon fully cooked sausages. Yes, that's a strange combination.
Oh, that sounds so good, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
She's always cooking something that sounds good, and, you could have just eaten a 10-course meal. She'll come in and say she's cooking something, and you'll be hungry again.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to give her
that.
We'll give her our mailing address, and she can FedEx some of that stuff in dry ice to us. We'll be more than happy to eat that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all suggested the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all waiting and eagerly, hungrily waiting, we should say. So, well, this has been a great fun time, guys. I've enjoyed chatting with y'all and learning about the music and about both of you, although Mike's been a little bit quiet, but he can talk when he wants to.
Yeah,
that's always good to know.
Yeah.
It's those silent types you got to watch out for.
That's what I hear.
That's true.
Told that before.
Yeah, so
that's
very
true.
Cool.
Well, is there anything else that y'all want to talk about real quick before we say goodbyes?
Well, I'd like to personally thank you very, very much, and Rockin' Doc Radio, for having us on, playing our music. And, we really look forward to working with you as a partnership in the future. We'll promote the radio station as much as we can, and we would appreciate your listeners. If they like our music, let us know. And quite frankly, if you don't like it, let us know. We're not offended by things, and but we really appreciate you taking the time to have us on the show.
Well, you're very welcome. I enjoyed having you on. And there is one question that I meant to ask, and I didn't ask because Tim was not in the chatting whatever interview with us. Something that he said in there, he loves anything with tubes, and that brought up a question. Do y'all enjoy the Blue Man Group?
I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
And
for me,
that would have been a great question for Tim, because they use those PVC piping tubes in their music. Have you ever seen or heard of them?
No, I never heard of them.
No, but I've seen that online, how people do that, but I don't know of them specifically.
Well, y'all need to check them out. They're pretty interesting and quite lively, I will say this. And don't ever go to the front row of their concerts unless you take a lot of plastic, because they do use blue paint.
Ah, very cool.
They called again the blue
they're
tube?
very energetic. Say that
very
again?
Cool.
Were they called the blue tubes? Or what did you call them?
Blue Man Group. Blue Man Group. And you'll see why. They wear blue suits, blue plastic suits.
Oh, I
the Blue
think I've
Man
seen
Group.
that before. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen it on videos before. Yes, they're pretty neat to watch, actually.
Yeah, with their drums and their
Yeah.
PVC pipes, and that was something I had meant to ask about, but that I guess would have been specific for Tim Morrissey then. But I guess that's all the questions that I had for everybody.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and I've totally enjoyed myself with the two of you. And I do want to offer another time to come and interview again after we get some more music and y'all feel up to coming back again.
Well, we appreciate it very, very much. And, we want you and your family to stay healthy.
And same with y'all too, of course. Stay safe and keep masked up and gloved up and 6 feet apart.
You got it. We will.
Thank you.